Good morning, everybody. It's time for gaming's dynamic duo, a twosome that makes Stallone and I look like absolute weaklings in comparison. And now, here's Mooch and Crab.
I'm not sure if any other intro is better suited than that. Welcome, everybody, to MNC Mornings. Good to be back. Everybody was just fantastic last night. I don't know who joined me on my stream, but we do have a star-studded lineup tonight with call-ins and voicemails. And, of course, I know you guys are all here for Mooch, but we do have Crap Liver here.
Yeah, crap liver. It is nice that Jay gets the forefront, but you got to take him off presentation. Just saying.
Oh, come on. He's the graphic guy.
Hey, I am enjoying the 4K makes you a better gamer shirt that he's wearing.
It's cool.
Which, by the way, that's available up on my Redbubble right now. So it does, in fact, make you a better gamer. And and I just want to say that, yeah, the stream last night was fun. The interesting thing is that right now I'm using the same exact Turtle Beaches that I use on my PS4.
Right.
And I sound fine. Right. Last night on that stream, I don't know. It sounded like I was deep throating the mic.
Well, for me, it sounded fine. I didn't have any issues on our side of it. But as far as the audience, they kept saying it was scratchy, this, that. Well, we chalked it up to PSN, but I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like 360 type of chat off of that network. That's what I was.
It sounds worse than 360. 360 sounded beast compared to that. I mean, I don't really I'm not really sure exactly what the problem was, but yeah, that was horrible, absolutely horrible. I was like, ugh.
Now, see, it's fun. Just like the Stern show, we could talk about it on our show. Like he's got Scott the engineer. We have J Dubs the engineer, and he's off studio. I'm still seeing only J Dubs.
No, wait, yeah,
J Dubs is taking over MNC Mornings. So
yeah, I'm not sure exactly what
you guys can leave. I'm gonna do the rest of the show all by myself.
I don't know what the deal is with that. So yeah, but we do got J Dubs taken there on the center screen.
Jay's on there. Oh, there we go. I think I've made it apparent that I can. You know what I can do is I can switch as we speak. So I've just gave myself an engineering duty. That's great.
Well, I wonder if it'll. Okay, now it seems to be fixed.
No, it's not fixed. I'm clicking on the individuals' faces as we go through, so it switches icons. But yeah, nonetheless, listen, guys, this is Hangouts. You know, what are you going to do? It's a free service. You know, you get what you pay for in this country.
Yeah, I like it, though. But really, if you just set it back to normal, maybe it'll just...
It's as normal as it gets. You know, if I put him as present to the presentation is over. The present to everyone is off. So no idea.
Interesting,
but it's okay. It's okay. I will switch it over to you as we go from one subject to the other. You know, Crap. Let's talk about. Let's get into last night now. I mean, we got a couple things planned for the channel that I think everybody needs to know about. We are going to be doing Let's Plays, streaming. I mean, probably most times it'll be on Xbox just because, I mean, you guys figured out it's the reason you're listening to the show. But last night we decided, because the newest game that came out and it had a lot of clout with it because it was a Jaffe game who's a big-time developer. We played Drawn to Death. And, you know, listen, the game became more and more fun as we progressed. You can see that there's some connectivity issues. There was a lot of problems with the actual server the night before. But once we got everything going, Crap, what did you think about the game itself?
I thought the game was okay. I thought it was kind of, you know, I really liked the kind of announcers that they had in there when they kind of mocked you and made fun of you for sucking or whatever, or they fucked with you. I thought that was pretty cool. The part that I didn't like was the lag. For a game that's online only, I think it might be peer-to-peer or whatever network they were running that thing on. We were all having lag issues at a particular point.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a bit of a hassle. Plus, you had to back out once because the game is a little bit unreliable. So we had to stop the stream the one time because it just locked up on you.
Yeah,
so, it did. There was issues with the game. It's a $20 game. I don't think it's a terrible game. I think IGN gave it a 4 out of 10. I disagree with that. But, you know, again, it's fun to play with your friends. Like, once we had GKB in there as well and we had 4 of us, it was much more fun, in my opinion. So I think that, you know, yeah, it was like, to me, they got to work on some things, but yeah, overall, I think it's an okay game. I don't think it's anything great. But again, if you watch the stream, it makes you miss Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the whole, like my voice chat sounded bad. it's just not as fun for me.
I said it many episodes ago, crap. I'll reiterate to everybody. Here's the thing. Like, in all honesty, when you guys everyone looks forward to going on vacation with their family, right? You can't wait. We're going to Disney. It's going to be fantastic. You get down there, it's 97 degrees. You're waiting in 2-hour lines for a 35-second ride. A bottle of water's $8.50. Everything just starts to wear on you after 7 days. So what happens? This great vacation that you thought you were going to take, all you really can't wait for on the 6th day is to get home, right? So you can have water out of your own faucet, sleep in your own bed, no lines to get a cup of coffee. That's the whole point of a vacation, is to actually truly realize how great things were at home. That's the way I take vacations anyways. And I think that's the same thing. I've recently bought the show. I've been playing certain games like Horizon and Nihon, and now Drawn to Death on PS4, trying to just get out there and play some different games. And all I can't wait to do is get back to playing the Xbox. And listen, of course, it's familiar. So that's why it's comfortable. That's why home is familiar, right? It's comfortable. And we've just made it so that Microsoft has actually made it, not us. They've made it so that chat is almost flawless. I mean, nothing's 100%. But the chat's almost flawless. Streaming is pretty flawless. They do need to get the YouTube thing going on there. I think Mike Ibarra is definitely going to have something by midsummer on that, but maybe they won't now that they have Beam. Maybe that's something that got put in the back pocket. But that's the main reason that I sometimes go and play PlayStation, is I just can't wait to get back to Xbox. And I'm not even talking about just the games. I'm just talking about the functionality of the UI. I just like it, and it's ever evolving. And that's something we're going to get into, I think, a little bit later today, about the difference between some of the Scorpio specs revealed and what we all have in the PS4 Pro, and how we feel these things are going to evolve over the next 2 years.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I think that it's also, oh, by the way, you might want to put some mods up on your chat. Just there's some cool people in there that help keep it nice and tidy for you.
Yes, we have. I have my buddy Noof is in there. Mel she doesn't take any shit. Mel's great.
I see Miss Luca too. She's good at it too.
Where is Luca?
There she is,
from the second floor.
She's on the second floor.
That's why I didn't look. I was on the first floor. That's my fault.
You were, but I want to say that we're going to be doing the whole live stream thing every week. It was supposed to be on Friday night, but Mooch. The servers were down.
The servers were down. I will take 50% of the blame here, folks. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
You pulled a crab gamer. You were like, I'm so sleepy. It's 9 o'clock.
I was exhausted. We had an all-night conference on Thursday. Got back Friday, barely any sleep, and I'm like, you know what? I got a second wind around 6 o'clock. So I said to crap. I said, you know what? This stream is going to happen. So we went on to do some pre-testing, just make sure everything was working as far as chat, which that was also not really working well, but nonetheless. We go on, and all of a sudden it's like 8 o'clock. I go, buddy, I'm not gonna make it till 10 and then stream till 12. I've got like 3 hours sleep in me. I'm like, I said the servers are like they're barely working. Let's move this to Saturday and and I'll tell you something, crap. I think it worked out better because, first of all, rested Mooch is better than a not rested Mooch. Let's just call it spade a spade, okay? Yeah. But second, and more importantly, we got a 3-hour run out there. And I don't think we would have got that on Friday night starting at 10. I think we would have been a little bit more groggy. We started at 7:30 and went almost to 11 o'clock, man. I mean, that was intense. Well,
once we got GKB in there,
right? GKB. By the way,
he brought a little bit of new life into it. Yeah,
GKB will now be known as Neo, and I don't mean that because of the whole PS thing. Here's the thing: he learns games so quickly. It's like he goes into the program and then he comes out knowing how to drive a Ducati. It's like, it's amazing how it's amazing. He goes, I'm not really good at this and that. All of a sudden, me and him on the same team. We actually, no offense, we destroyed you and Noof. There was really no competition. Like
the first map we won, and then the second map, me and Noof are joking around because he sounds like Christopher Walken, and it was like a joke. And so we're sitting there laughing. Next thing you know, we're down like 12-0. So I was like, oh, okay.
You guys were like, what the hell happened right now?
and then came the I mean, I can make a million excuses because clearly I'm a beast at the game. Right. But then at the end of the day,
I'm a beast.
It was one of those things. Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm a complete beast at that game. Let's just be honest. So
what's up? What else is going on? Crap in the news. There's a lot of stuff happening. I mean, there's of course the Scorpio reveal, but
there's the Scorpio stuff. I think that's something that we have to. Oh, by the way, I just made a sale. 4K makes you a better gamer.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not even joking. Somebody just literally, I just got the notification. Somebody just bought a 4K makes you a better gamer shirt. What's up, G-Wolf? What's up, Mel? What's up, Timodos? What's up, everybody in the chat? So the big news, obviously, is the Scorpio stuff. I think that everybody kind of maybe wants to hear a little bit what you think on that. Basically, because you weren't around on Thursday.
Yeah.
While I was busy doing like 10 podcasts and stuff, and everybody's like, "Where's Mooch? Where's Mooch?"
I almost feel like Larry
yeah,
and Phil are like at a conference table, and they're like, "So listen, I have Mooch's schedule here. He's completely booked on Thursday, April 6th. This would be a good time to have Digital Foundries put their info out." You know, it's always when I'm like barely ever out of town. But anyways, nonetheless, listen. Here's the thing about it. I'm going to tell you the truth, right? That's why people tune in. They want to hear it. I'm ecstatic. I think the engineering that they put into it is amazing. However, I will say, crap, I was amazed that we didn't see some of those newer AMD chips coming through into this. But ultimately, and let me explain this to the audience, this all ends in a very positive note. For anybody here that's saying, oh my God, I wanted Vega. Oh my God, I wanted Ryzen. This is a great thing. You're getting a machine that they're telling you will do all of this and more. And you have to remember, everybody, this is still a mid-gen console. That's a huge thing to sit down and chew on. That would tell you that what Phil Spencer sent out in a tweet about 3 to 4 months ago when he said somebody had asked him about the successor to Scorpio. And he said, we are working on the successor to Scorpio as we speak. So that just lets you know that anytime you see a PS5 article coming out, no need to freak. When PS5 comes out, maybe it will be 7 to 12 months later that Scorpio 2, we'll call it Scorpio 2 for all practical purposes this morning. But we will have a Scorpio 2 on the horizon the minute PS5 is announced. So this is clearly a mid-gen upgrade. Phil has said this, he's not holding a gun to anyone's head to go buy this one. There's nothing that's going to hold anyone from Xbox One games back. So it's the same thing as the PS4 Pro, but they made it so you got a lot more. Thank you. But so it's just true. It is what it is, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They confirmed, Digital Foundry confirmed just what everybody else already said. This is not a new generation. This is 100% just a mid-generation upgrade. So anybody that was really expecting, like, I guess we were like, how are they, all of us, right, from the outside, and we got a little bit of flack for this because we were like, it could be Ryzen CPU. They must have done something like that, right? But we still don't know what the GPU technically is. They're like Polaris stuff. But even the PS4 Pro has some Vega stuff in there, right? Like it's custom. So we don't really know. Now, as far as the CPU is concerned, people were a little bit concerned about that. And I get that. But then when you look at what they mentioned about it, about being completely custom, and the way that they went about the CPU was they looked at the potential bottlenecks of the CPU and addressed those, and then went from there, and then it went into Scorpio. So it's not like they just slapped the same thing in, with all the problems and all, because what happens is that CPU, the Jaguar one, is about maxed out on the Pro, and they get even more out of it on the Scorpio. So that'll go to show you that there's obviously a little bit of a change up inside there. And then anybody that would think that, well, of course it'll be Jaguar because it has to do backwards compatibility with the other games. I never really bought into that for the reason that eventually we'll get another generation and it won't have a Jaguar, but it's still going to play backwards compatible games.
Well, and you may be alluding to this crap, but that Jaguar is going to allow them to get to that price point that everybody wants, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that, what was funny was that the media was so angry and upset. They were, because Microsoft went to Digital Foundry for that reveal, right? And we saw that, like, the media was like just out in force, like angry and things like that. And then you see everybody afterwards speculate this thing's going to be $700, and then you wonder why Microsoft didn't go to those other outlets, right?
Right.
Anybody that sees what Microsoft did and then speculates at a $700 price point should really think about having their head checked, because there's no way, there's nothing in that thing that screams to me huge price, right? And even Tim Dog was tweeting it out. He's like, look, it's got this, the same thing as the Xbox One S, this, the same thing as the Xbox One S, this, the same thing as the Xbox. It has a lot of the same parts as the Xbox One S.
Right.
Right? Because it's just a mid-gen upgrade. And then, of course, it has the beefier, like, GPU, and cooling system is newer, obviously. And you know what I mean? But it's got the same 4K Blu-ray player, the same ports, the same, a lot of the same parts. Same hard drive, 1 terabyte, whatever, even though apparently due to the memory and stuff like that, it's going to be loaded a little bit faster. But same thing. They've confirmed you can just plug all your USB external hard drives right into it, and they work right away, so nobody has to worry about that. They've done a really good job of getting the message out about what this thing's all about, and I think that they've done a fantastic job with that. People are excited, and that's good.
I wouldn't mind if I
like
have one request, and I'm sure this means nothing to Redmond, but if I had one request, I wouldn't mind a little bit more. Could we get one more USB port? You know what I mean, Crap? I mean, because we've got the one in the front. I wouldn't mind having 2 on the front, 2 on the back. I mean, I'm using, so here's the thing. So I have the Astro A50s, and I have that hooked up. Okay, and when I have that hooked up, that's taking one USB port. Then I've got my my external using another XB port. And there are 3 currently, right?
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the hell. I do have something else plugged into it now, and I can't remember what the hell it is. But I think it's one of them is actually the Connect. I think Connect Power off of that adapter on the S is using it. But don't quote me on that. But I know that I don't have any more. And I just think it would be cool because I want to have 2. I possibly want to have 2 externals hooked up at the same time. I mean, I don't think that's crazy to ask for, especially when you're talking about 4K textures, right? Crap. I mean, a 3 terabyte, and it sounds like a lot. It's really not.
Yeah. Well, I have 8. You know, I have
3 and then a 2 on the machine. So I'm working with 5, and you know, I mean, I'm pretty close to full, but I don't have a problem deleting a game and bringing a new one on, or picking up another external. But like I said, I don't want to keep unhooking and hooking in externals. I don't know, just a thought, because when you go to buy the massive ones out the box, the ones that are 5, 8 alone, those are in the couple of hundred, I believe. You know, or maybe high hundreds, high 175. A lot of people want to stick to that $100 threshold or 120 max, and that's usually a 3 terabyte.
Yeah, I agree. Well, okay, so as you guys know, we have like the Patreon stuff and some of the various different tiers.
We should
on
talk
that
about that
like,
crap, right?
Yeah, okay. So as you guys know, like we started the Patreon, and you guys are, you know, we could really use the support and things like that. We're still fiddling with it. And what I mean by that is none of that stuff is really set in stone.
Right.
Unfortunately, like if you did pledge on a certain tier, we aren't allowed to change that. But we did go into some of the ones that didn't have pledges, and we deleted some stuff. And then we also actually changed some things around. This week, we're going to do the first like Patreon exclusive podcast at some point this week.
Yeah.
It's going to be at least a timed exclusive on there. So if you guys would like to see that, and it's going to be slightly different than what we do here. You know what I mean? So it'll be definitely worthwhile if you guys want to check that out. Yeah. So we have that. And then obviously we have like the shout outs and the ticker shout outs and things like that. If you guys have a particular thing that you want us to advertise and you're at that tier, then let us know. Like send me a message on there, or send Mooch a message on Twitter or wherever. Like if it's a handle for your Twitter or your channel or whatever. But I know for a fact that Stick Figure, who does the Down Under podcast, you know, Down Under Gaming, he actually was like really excited because he's had some pretty good guests on his podcast lately. And he was letting me know that he has a very big guest coming up on his show, which is Champ Chong, who's actually a pretty big YouTuber.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be on there in the next few weeks, and he wanted a chance to actually get that up. And I told him I would link it in the description, his channel. But since it's on your channel this week, Mooch, maybe you'll have to like.
I'll definitely accommodate whatever we can do to help.
So
in that podcast out, absolutely.
Yeah, and so basically, whatever you guys want to see, like we were thinking about it, you know, like if you guys want outtakes or whatever, because we do. The way we record things is kind of funny, and the outtakes are pretty fucking hilarious. Yeah. So Jay Williams, J-Dubs, by the way, he was going, "Hey man, you guys should maybe see if the people would actually want some of the outtakes and things like that." And I was like, "Hey, that's a really good idea." So whatever you guys want, let us know, because it's all going towards making the show better anyway. Like getting the show up on iTunes, which is happening, as well. And also like the giveaways and the raffles.
You think we're going to see
like
iTunes? Actually, a question for J-Dubs. J-Dubs, do you think we're going to actually get iTunes and Google Play up this week, or is that taking a little bit more time?
No, it's a good possibility.
Okay.
You heard it right there. It's a good possibility, folks.
No, I like that.
So,
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we definitely are really appreciative. And if anybody wants to, you know, support us on that, it's very much welcome. It's going towards making the show better.
Yeah, you
So,
know, and it was funny. I got to say it out loud. You guys, I've told Crap this. The great thing about being on the air and having so many great people follow us is like people are like, that's what you guys are doing for Patreon. It's like the money goes towards the show. It goes to make this show so much better. So when we're sitting there brainstorming things to actually do for the donations, there's only so many things you can do. You can't have, it's not like Karate Kid where you can be like, Mooch, come on over and paint the fence.
Yeah,
and
or
Crap,
hey, Mooch and Crap make Mooch and
know?
Crap make cupcakes.
Yeah, so there's only so many things you can do when you're dealing with the YouTube/Twitter kind of feed to your audience. So, you know, if you read anything and you're like, this is it's if you have ideas or something you'd like to see at a threshold, we're definitely willing to oblige. By no means is it to insult or hurt anyone. We're trying to do something that would be something you're like, well, you know what? I want to see MNC mornings get better, and you will. It's just a lot of this stuff actually does cost more and more money than I actually originally thought. And sitting down with J-Dubs and going through all the software and the things that he has aspirations to pick up and make the show better, there's a substantial amount in there. But nonetheless, we want to get.
We're not looking to pad our pockets. You know what I mean? Like I can't stress that enough. What we're trying to do is pay for the equipment we need, to pay for, like, it's not cheap monthly to keep your stuff on iTunes. It's cheaper to keep like 1 or 2 episodes, but if you guys want all the episodes up there, you got to pay for that. You know?
So there's a lot of things that go into it, and we just think it would be. It's just totally volunteer, but we will make sure that if you want to be known, like what Crap's saying with the ticker and things like that, we'll definitely advertise anything we can to get whatever word you're trying to get out.
Yeah, exactly. So real quick, man, I want to just do a couple shout outs. Shout out to my shout outs.
Shout out to your shout outs, please.
Yeah. So if any of you guys that I shout out actually has a name or a Twitter handle or a YouTube you'd like us to link or mention, please send it to me, and we'll do that. We'll continue to do it and promote you guys. Luke D, thank you very much. Alex D, thank you. Max, appreciate it, man. G Man, I know you from Twitter.
Yes.
Delilah HD, awesome. Yes, she's a very big supporter as well. Robert B, John S, appreciate it. Snoopy, what's up, Snoopy? Ooh wee! I swear that's the name.
That's great.
Yeah, Silent Bob, of course, the Doug crew, which is Down Under Gaming, which is Stick Figure and his crew. They're obviously going to be doing the big Champ Chong interview here in a couple weeks, and they really
that's a huge pickup, Crap.
It is, and we'll be happy to put your link in the description, and next week too. Like, any of you guys want this stuff, we'll do it. It's fine. Adrian A, really appreciate it, man. All the support. You guys have been absolutely great, and we'll continue to get better with this and give you guys more value and stuff like that. Again, it's helping us to make the show better, so it's really appreciative. And we also have like the ticker and stuff, don't we, Jay? Isn't that going to work at some point today?
Yeah, well, the ticker actually happens during the intro.
It was in the intro.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was too busy like going over notes and stuff. I didn't exactly see it, but do we got
Crap,
the
I do have a question, Crap. No, I'm still going back and forth between everybody, so I'm like juggling. But Ross says, why don't you just have a donation option in the chat?
Well, we can do that. Actually, you know what? We're going to have a donation set up on the Beam, because that's going to be easier, because some people have said, hey, we would love to donate, but maybe they didn't want to do the monthly thing like Patreon, but they would love to give something, just a flat thing. We're going to have that all set up with the Beam, because we're going to be streaming every Friday, usually on Beam or Twitch, probably Beam, because that's more integrated. And it always will be from Mooch's point of view, because he has the internet that can actually stand up for that. But I'll be there, and you'll hear me like chatting away and stuff, but
yes,
and gaming. But yeah, it'll be a little bit.
I'll be honest with you, that's exciting. It's kind of fun to play a game, and I don't know, the audience can let me know, their response on how they think we should do it. But I kind of like walking into a Let's Play when it's a new game, Crap. It's a game that we have played either less than an hour of, because I think the audience, not only do they want to tune in to hear like some of the subjects we bring up, and we kind of do like a little mini MNC evenings on it, but the other thing we kind of do is it gives somebody the opportunity to watch a game from somebody who just turns it on for the first time and experiences some of the follies, some of the triumphs. And that's why I watch Let's Plays. I don't watch Let's Plays for just like, all the secrets or all the collectibles. I watch them sometimes to just see when they first start up. That's what I like about the Rad Brad. Shout out to Bam Bam. Let's do this. Rad Brad is probably one of the biggest Let's Play guys
I remember his Order 1888 Let's Plays.
Yes.
here's Let's Play number 22 with like no watching.
Yeah,
he
had a really bad run with that, but I mean, he's getting like 1 million views on some of these. But you see him go through it, and he'll be like, "Should I go left? Should I go right?" And he genuinely will walk down sometimes and make a completely wrong decision. But that's not the point. The point is, you're actually watching him literally play the game the way that me and you would play the game. And when I mean you, I don't mean crap. I mean the audience. It's the way that you would play it and attack it the first time you actually put the game in.
Yeah,
and or turn it on. And that's a huge thing, I think, in a Let's Play. When you just turn something on and you just watch people doing what you know is going to happen. Like Crap had said, for example, he said, you know what we should do if for some reason Drawn to Death isn't working, we should, because it wasn't working on Friday. If it wasn't working, he said, maybe we should do Gears. And I said, Gears is a great option because, I mean, that's my go-to game. That's my default. You can ask anybody during community game night, halfway through whatever we're playing. I'm like, anybody want to switch over to Gears? But the thing I got to say about Gears is that everybody knows Gears. So the Let's Play factor, if you're tuning in for Mooch and Crap, that's one thing. But if you're tuning in to actually see the game, I want to try some new experiences, new games, and we will rotate between Xbox One and PS4. So it's a work in progress.
It is. Everything's a work in progress, and we keep on wanting to get the show better. I mean, I was listening to last week's show, and like I said, there was a lot of, we worked so hard that week, and then to be honest with you, I was exhausted by the time the show came around. And when I listened to it, I fucked up. I missed some cues. Like, we had cues. Like, that's another thing you guys probably, like, the amount of work that we put into the show is insane. And I missed my cues, and I could tell when I fucked up. So, it'll continue to get better, and we're not perfect. But the show and the support has been really great that everybody's had. So it's been really appreciative. Also, we're kind of going back to the old format where if you guys call in on Skype, MC Space Mornings.
Yes.
Just, say who you are. And then if you have a question, do it and then hang up, because what happens is it really kind of gives us more time, doing it the other way, even though it was kind of cool to interact with you guys, it was still like eating time, and we had people like hanging on the phone too long. So we want to kind of speed that along. So just go back to the more traditional way, like, hey, what's up? This is Luca. Well, a little bit manly sounding for Luca. Okay. Hey, what's up? This is Noof Nukem. And, I think you guys are great. Mooch is pretty good, but I'm really a crapaholic at heart, Just want to say you're great, Crap. Thanks. And then, get off the phone. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Yeah, like I said, ultimately what Crap's getting at is it allows more callers to come through. And that's the whole idea, is we really want the interaction with the audience. So,
exactly.
Actually, believe it or not, we've done a heck of a job talking right now, Crap. J-Dubs, do we have a voicemail or a call-in that we...
Or 10 or...
Yeah, we have like 1 million.
Or 14. So, number one, we've got our old favorite stick figure here.
Okay.
Do I have to give Jay presentation mode?
No, well...
You shouldn't have to.
It's Hangouts.
No, it looks like it's going back and forth. I don't...
No, that's me. I'm just doing a hell of a job. You're welcome.
Yeah. Good job.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, it's Stick Figure here from Down Under Gaming. What's going on, J-Dubs? Shout out to the chat and everyone listening. My question is, do you think with the Scorpio they'll do a limited edition console similar to the Gears of War console for the Scorpio? Will it be too expensive to do that sort of thing? Also, if they do a limited edition console or even just colored consoles, which games do you think they'll use? Maybe Sea of Thieves or Crackdown, or even the marketing rights for the new COD? Yeah, so I don't know, guys. What do you think? Before I go, I just want to do a quick shameless plug for the podcast, Down Under Gaming. Every week we have a guest on. We've had people like Tim Dog and Randall Thor, Mike Inferno, Foxfire, Noof Nukem, GKB, Xbox 448. There's another one. Heaps of people. So, yeah, if you need some Australian people in your life every week, check out the channel. If you like the content, sub the channel and listen in. That'd be really cool. And I just want to say before I go, keep it Scorpio.
Welcome back, Mooch.
Was that Watson?
Good day, mate.
That was great.
That was Doug. That was Doug the dog.
Nice.
Doug the dog.
Very cool.
Yeah, so thanks, Stick Figure. Yeah, and go check out his channel and stuff like that. He does have some good guests. He does a podcast super early in the morning. Like, I would like to be on that show, but usually I'm either at work.
What time does it actually go?
Something like 6 a.m. or something. I don't know. It's like, it's pretty damn early.
It's fairly early. Yeah.
And I know he's had some really big guests on there, man. I can't even get Tim on a podcast.
Yeah, it's hard to get Tim.
You know, and then
there. He did. That's a star-studded lineup. That was pretty cool.
That is, and and he said like Rand and a lot of cool people on his show. So yeah, that's definitely awesome. And that's
he
cool.
asked a good question though, Crap. He was asking about the limited edition. Listen, here's the way I look at it, guys, and I said this previously. I'll say it again. I think that ultimately, I don't know. We're putting these things in our entertainment centers, folks. If they're going to do limited edition crap where they have like, let's say 3,000 out in the wild, I say go for it. But like, where the ones where they have, my God, the Gears ones were out forever. They called it limited edition, but you could get them like 4 months later. That's not limited edition. That's just saying limited edition, and they're stacked to the ceiling. If you want to do the one, like the Forza, when the Forza 6 one came out, the I'll call it royal blue, navy blue, teal blue, whatever you want to call it. When that one came out, that was really limited. I think they had 100, 200 units per so much like square capita, right? But like, my point is that having multiple consoles coming out all different colors, and we're just sticking them underneath our entertainment centers. I don't know. I mean, that was one of the things I thought last generation we asked for so much in customization. And then when it came out, it was kind of like, it's there. Thanks. But it's kind of like when you go to a buffet and one buffet has like 15 items and the other buffet has 30, but you're really only eating your top 5 in both.
I'm still going to the 30. I'm just saying.
You can go to the 30, but if the 15 can get my top 5 better, right? I mean, I just don't. That's the thing in America, right? We always want more. We want more. We want more, and that's fine. But I'm saying, like, I just think that we asked for so many different customization skins, and then at the end of the day, everybody was like, "I really like the white one," and it's like, "All right, well, it's like, what? Like we were complaining for 3 years, and everyone loves. And now, do you see all the tweets coming out the past couple of days? Please, Microsoft, make a black edition and a white edition. We want to have, and that makes sense depending on how you have your home entertainment set up. I mean, I want a black Scorpio, because I don't like the white one looks so sharp. It looks so sharp, but it sticks out like a sore thumb when you have everything else. Your equalizer, everything you have, your receivers, everything is all black. You don't go to the store. You can't go to any audio equipment store and buy white equipment. It looks ridiculous. I mean, you can get different mods, but that's just my take. I mean, like I said, that's a me thing. Myself personally, if they have a black one, that's the one I'm going to purchase. I think it's the best.
I wouldn't mind getting a matte black one.
Yes, matte black is fine.
Like keep it matte because the shiny
fingerprints.
Yeah, it's fingerprints, and it's like you're constantly cleaning it and stuff. I don't know. I got a white dog though, so he gets hair, and I'm always constantly having to wipe like little white hair and stuff like that off stuff. But yeah, I think it's I agree. And I think we'll see probably a Forza 6. I would be absolutely shocked if we didn't see a Sea of Thieves custom console.
That's feasible. I mean, that game is going to need as much push as possible. Crap, you kind of know my stance on all that. I think that the game has tremendous potential, but it's really going to be up to Rare and Microsoft to be able to push that game into the homes of all Xbox owners and make that a staple. Yeah, I hope they can do it.
Yeah, well, you know what? That game screams for them to do a custom console. Have you ever seen Xbox Pope's designs?
Yes, they're
like
fantastic.
Holy crap! Like he does a fantastic Sea of Thieves one. I would love for that to be one. I think that game is going to get a big push from Microsoft. It's going to do great. Real quick, also, oh snap! It's Mel. She does a morning show called Coffees, Casuals, and something else. But yeah, it's a pretty. What is it? Consoles. Yes, you've been on it, Jay. What's it called?
Coffee, Casuals, and Consoles.
Yes, and I've actually listened to it on my phone because I'm usually at work during that time,
right?
And it's really good. She always does a good job in the chat, so we want to go ahead and shout that out as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Mel.
Yeah, that's actually a funny show as well. They do a good job. Jay, you've been on there a time or two, right?
Yeah, I've been on there a couple times.
Yeah,
it is.
He like doesn't want to talk today. He's like pulling.
If anyone could see Jay right now, he looks like he's at NASA controls and he's just getting the shuttle back down for a landing.
Yeah, it's funny.
So it really is something. I'll be honest with you. I like somebody in the chat. I don't always revert back to the chat sayings, but somebody was like, "It's sunny out here in the UK. It's a wonderful day. Thanks, Mooch and Chop Salami." So that was yes, crap. The new shirts are on the rise. That sounds
crap liver. But you know what? Listen, not anyone could just sit in here and bullshit with Mooch.
I know.
Like that's the funny thing, right? Oh
that's
shit!
Our first caller for the day.
We gotta say call. M&C, what's up? How can we?
Oh, there's an interesting pick. We'll go back to me. Go ahead, caller. That's an interesting picture. I'll keep them miniaturized for now. It's great. Jay, does he know we're live?
Hi, Mooch and Crap. I'm glad you're back on the air. I got a question about the Scorpio. I know this thing's a beast. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you, man. Just tell us what you want, bro. Hop in, hop out.
We got to go back to the old style crap.
Yeah, I'm feeling a flush any second now.
Oh,
hey,
nice.
Mooch and Crap. I'm glad you're back on the air. And I got a question about the Scorpio. I know this thing's going to be a beast, but what kind of power do you think this is going to suck from my electric bill? Am I going to have to get a like stock in PP&L or something? And one more thing. Thanks, Mooch and Crap, for letting the Patriots win another Super Bowl. Thank you very much.
First of all, sir, put on a shirt. Second of all, I don't think it's going to suck up that much more power. It's just going to.
Oh, you didn't see Microsoft has a new program out with the green community. It's they have a solar powered panel for the top of your house with every Scorpio purchase.
Oh, do they?
Yes, it's new.
That's nice to hear.
Please, sir, put your shirt on.
Yes, please.
Yes, if we could, we're gonna do no shoes, no shirt, no service. At Mooch and Crap.
Yes.
So that was great. No, thanks for the call, buddy. That was good.
Once again, I'll reiterate: say your name, say say what's up, and your question, and then hang up.
It's
easy peasy.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yes.
Little Neeg in there.
Yes.
So, anyways, no, that was great. Crap, I want to bring something up before we get into another voicemail or call. And if there's another call, Jay, let them come through. But there, one of the topics I put in the headline today that you got to realize is that what else is new? The gaming media is back at it again. A lot of uproar yesterday from the whole Kotaku world. What they did, I think, are they just discrediting themselves at this point? I think they basically said,
they're blacklisted.
Right.
They're blacklisted anyway. So here's the thing. They didn't even look into it that much, because if you look into it, Sony did the same thing. Like, what happens is Microsoft paid for them for Digital Foundry to come out to Redmond, their hotels and all that kind of stuff. And so they pay for it. You know what I mean? As they should. Just like Sony did last year with the Pro when Digital Foundry went out there. Sony paid for all that as well. So you can't really say, well, hey, Microsoft maybe paid off them or whatever, without saying the same thing to Sony, because the same exact thing happened, just as it should happen. When you invite somebody out to be your guest, you pay for them. That's just how it is. If I invite you to go somewhere or do something, you're not going to have to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it. That's just how it is. Again, I don't even think that it was 100% all positive, and then especially if you listen to like the one they did yesterday with the Pro versus the Scorpio comparison thing, they tried to build up the Pro quite a bit to make it seem like it was relevant. And I was sitting there thinking, well, I mean, because he kept on going, well, there's different types of 4K, and so far the best 4K I've seen is that Horizon Zero Dawn, and he said that a couple of times.
Right.
So I just think that Digital Foundry, what they're good at is running a tech analysis on stuff and then giving you the facts that way. What they're bad at is having that bit of bias towards Sony, where even if the games were the exact same, they would give the PlayStation 4 version the victory. Now that's pretty much gone away from them, and I pity them if they actually give the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro version a victory when it's clearly inferior, which is...
You can see the guy kind of stumbled. Remember that last question? I can't remember if it was Outside Xbox that asked it or who it was, but somebody asked the Digital Foundry guy, is there anything that the PS4 Pro does better? And he goes, yeah, no. Like, I mean, it's like, even when he wants to say no, he's got to say, no, because like there's nothing at this point. And I mean, I think that really, really irks Sony. I think this is good. I do think, Crap, that this may, depending on what sales show this year, this could get Sony to push next generation maybe up a little bit, maybe the 2019 or 2020. There's no way. There was a very false report that came out yesterday. Some article. It was like Jimmy in the Basement Inc. Came out and wrote something like PS5 rumored to come out in fall of 2018. There's no way that would happen when they just released new hardware. Basically, this year it was the end of last year, early this year is when people got it. So I don't.
Well, they're working on a Slim Pro supposedly.
Yes.
So I mean, here's the thing. I don't really think that Sony is feeling any kind of way to really do anything right now, like rush that, because when you have probably 60 million units supposedly sold or shipped, I don't really think you're feeling much of that, especially since you don't know what the competition has out. But I do think that, if the Scorpio comes out at $399, that might rush them, because you have multiple analysts at this point saying, okay, $399 and the Xbox will surpass the PlayStation 4 in the United States this year.
Yeah.
So
do you think that will happen?
I think if it's $399, it will happen.
Yeah, it's got a good.
I 100% think that. I think that we are past the point where people can damage control and pretend like the resolution stuff didn't happen, the power difference didn't happen. The bottom line is that people that want to go, well, it's great that it's all powerful, but it needs games. And my reaction to that is, it's called every single multi-platform game. That's what it's called. Those are the games.
Well, we've seen crap with sales. I mean, you're 100% right. What we've seen with sales is that Xbox fans have bought PS4s. Case in point is the three of us. And then you have very few PlayStation fans have come the other side and bought an Xbox. Now, in their defense, okay, we do have to be fair here. In their defense, if you already own a PS4 and you are buying it for exclusive / multi-plats, and Halo, Gears, Forza, and Recore aren't your thing, you have to understand that it was a hard sale before to say, why would you buy an Xbox when I'm buying the better multi-plat over there, and you bought that one first, okay, coming from a different perspective. But now, do you think we will start to see some of those Sony fans start to come over and buy a Scorpio, because for the next 2-3 years, Microsoft will have the better multi-plat version? Do you see that happening, or do you see them still standing their guard being like, no, I'm Sony and I hate Xbox?
I think we're going to see a lot of anybody that says they're not getting a Scorpio, especially if it's $399. I would say that they're pretty much lying, especially if you're somebody who has talked about resolution or performance at all this generation,
right?
Because obviously the Xbox Scorpio is going to have the best version of everything.
Yeah.
And we've got over 400 watching. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out today. I really appreciate everybody in the chat too.
I did set up a little video though this morning, so hopefully some of you guys came over from that as well.
It's got to work. It's basically a YouTube commercial, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, basically. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that we appreciate all the support and stuff like that. I still think that at $399, the Xbox Scorpio is going to make waves, and I think that every multi-platform game, you just look at the games, right?
Yeah.
And especially games that are running DirectX 12, all the EA games, for example, the Battlefields, the Battlefronts, all that stuff is running DX12. So they're going to be able to push the frame rate even higher, because what happens is DX12 on the Xbox Scorpio cuts the CPU usage in half. Right. So you're going to be able to double up on the frame rate and things like that.
There's a couple people in the chat that are saying something here, Crap, I think we should bring up, like Zeno DZ Gamer said, Ali A said he will keep his Pro and his PS4 forever. Hear me out. You have to remember something, guys. These guys that you're talking about that have these huge channels, they've put their mark in the sand. Okay, they drew their line and they stepped over it, and they know which side they're on now. It's really hard for them to flip. A lot of people flip flop, but those guys have to kind of stand their ground, and they're going to have a rough 2 years now, because let's be honest. People like, and I'm speaking for him, this doesn't mean what he's going to do, but people like the Rad Brad who want to have their whole business, their whole career on YouTube is to have an amazing looking Let's Play in 4K and have everything he edits in 4K and look the best it can off of his product. That individual is going to lean towards Scorpio moving forward, because And that's my opinion. But these other guys that don't do Let's Plays and they're just discussing things and they've drawn a line in the sand, they've stayed on the Sony side, most of those big guys are just going to stay there and start to complain. And you're already seeing that happen. You're seeing a lot of people complain on the Sony side saying, well, the Scorpio's no PC. It's not a PC. It's a console. So, it is what it is. But nonetheless, so it's not that LEA can just change or these guys can just change. They can't. They have to stay where they are. And it's going to be a rough 2 years for them because they're going to be fighting an uphill battle when all these – you saw the developers already take the stage with Phil crap, right? We had was it Todd Howard, gentleman from EA. All these guys were like, wow, they're really doing it. And I think Microsoft's going to have a lot more of those people come up on stage and be like, this has been an amazing year. The stuff that we've learned from Microsoft, the stuff that we've created with Microsoft has been amazing. And I think you, the user, the end user, will be very, very pleased with what we're putting out. So, I think that's what you're going to see a lot at E3 is a lot of support from not necessarily just games coming on stage, but it is important to start seeing a lot of the big executives come from EA, from Bethesda, see them from BioWare. See these people come out and support Microsoft again the way they used to, which we just haven't seen.
Yeah, they even admitted – they admitted that they lost developers because it was more difficult to develop on the Xbox One.
Right.
And that was the ES RAM. Now that's not really an issue.
Right.
It's like one button and you can, have it for the Xbox One and then also the Scorpio or whatever. So I think that they're going to try, and they are going back. Like I heard them say that on the Digital Foundry guy, Mr. Ledbetter. He said they're really going back to what their best moment was, which was the 360, which was super easy to develop for. That's why it got so much love last generation.
I agree.
Developers loved it. It performed good. It was easy to use. So that's why that happened. Now Microsoft has done that again. They have the most powerful platform. And again, when Phil said demonstrable difference between the Scorpio versions and every other version,
yes,
basically it has to be that way because the 4K textures that are allowed to be on Scorpio due to the extra memory and memory bandwidth, that's something that the Pro can't do. The Pro might be able to get some higher resolutions, but that's it. It's never using 4K textures.
Right.
It's using the 1080p stuff, and it's just giving you a better resolution. I'm not saying that don't look good or anything like that, but, at the end of the day, it's not 4K textures. When you see that Forza Motorsport 6 in 4K, you really understand what's going on.
Yeah, I can't listen. Anybody who doesn't have a 4K TV, you have to be walking out of Best Buy or your respected TV center getting a Scorpio and a 4K, right? I mean, that's just to get what those pictures, those freeze frames we saw from Digital Foundry, to be able to see that that's what you're going to be playing come this fall. That's insane. And Crap knows this. I've said it many times. I'm not a Forza Motorsport fan. I'm a Forza Horizon fan. I'm not a Forza.
You'll get it, though.
I will be buying Forza 7.
Yeah, it's a showcase.
Even
piece.
if it's just to stare at. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Look, and here's the thing. Eurogamer just came out with their new thing, and here's a little interesting tidbit. They said that Forza demo, the 4K textures only cost 1% of the GPU load. So think about that. 1% of the GPU load was due to 4K textures. That is incredible. They didn't even optimize that. That was the most important thing.
That's something. That's something crap that the audience and myself included. I don't think any of us, unless anybody's been actually in one of the engineering meetings that they're having at Microsoft, I don't think we realized what the X12 is really going to bring to the table. We saw all these things that Brad Wardell talked about. We saw some of these comparisons. We saw a lot of charts last year. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But now you're going to start to see it come to fruition, and now you're going to start to see that these games are going to run. The thing is Microsoft doesn't need all of that intense new hardware right now. They're going to put it in the next one. They don't need it right now. Right now they're implementing DX12, which is running the code. What did they say? Thousands of lines down to 11? I mean,
down to 11 or 12 or something like that.
They ported the game in 2 days.
And it's not even optimized. That's the funny thing. And it's just 4K 60 with and you got so much overhead left on that still. Right. No matter how you kind of spin it. You know what's funny is these are one of those podcasts where me and you could probably talk the entire time.
Yeah, we do have
voicemails.
My apologies.
And calls and stuff. It's like, I'm sitting here like, okay.
Well, Jay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, Crap's 100%
right. Yeah.
Jay, what do we got?
You want another voicemail?
We've got Robbie. Robbie Pablo. This is Pablo. Yeah. Robbie Pablo.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap? This is Robbie Pablo out of San Antonio, Texas, man. And we got some good news coming about the Scorpio and everything, man. But I just have two things I need to rant about. It's two things I don't want to see. And the first one is fucking Larry Herb. Larry Herb, I swear to fucking God, man. If you fucking bring Francis another motherfucking free Xbox after all the shit he talked about you guys, I'm gonna be fucking, oh my God, I can't explain how fucking mad I'm gonna be, man. I'm gonna go fucking post on something, man. Larry Herb, stay your frail ass away from Francis' fat ass. Leave that fucking dude alone, man. He done broke 360s, talked down on Xbox One. I mean, all that stupid shit. Stay the fuck away from now. All right? Oh, calm down. And rant number 2, man, and I know this y'all little buddy, man, and y'all don't want to, speak on him or whatnot, but I'm going to say some shit.
Oh.
Not the what I'm saying, the fucking rabbit is out the hat. I'ma say it. Iron Wolf, you stay your dusty eyebrow having ass on the other side. We don't want you over here no more, man. I know you over there contemplating a comeback and everything. You stay your ass over there. Stay over there. We don't want you over here, man. And I'm sorry if I'm coming off as fucking mean, but fuck that guy, man. And y'all don't have to speak on that mooch and crack because I don't want y'all in some mess and shit like that. But yeah, man, I had to get that off my chest, man. I'm out.
Well, Robbie, listen, Robbie used that. That was a way to vent. Let's get into we'll get into his first point.
His second point, we'll just let you guys all decide on that. That's up to you guys.
This is a show for the audience. If you want to call in, you got something to vent on. It is. It's like a 1-800 mooch and crap. But I do have to agree with Robbie on the Larry Herb thing, and I want to take it a step further. Larry, if you are listening, and you aren't, the whole point here is let's pick and choose who we choose to give. A little bit more attention to, a little bit more of that VIP access to the Scorpio, because it just makes you look better when you don't just let everybody in. But more importantly, the conversation I was wondering, and this is a question I'm going to throw up to the audience and crap to you too. I kind of think Larry should do what he's doing because he does a fantastic job. He does he's a hardworking guy. Okay. There's just no way around it.
Yeah.
But I do think they should have a new face when it comes to Xbox. It doesn't have to be a 25-year-old person, but it needs to be somebody in their 30s, early 40s, because Larry does put forth an older presence on screen. You know what I mean? And you can see that sometimes with the newer stuff that comes out, whether it be music or this and that, he sometimes looks a little uncomfortable on those Xbox videos. So I don't know, just a thought. I mean, I do think that Larry should always remain in his title and keep his position, but maybe have a new person doing Xbox live TV every Friday. Your thoughts on that, crap? I mean, you think Larry should, kind of broken into 2 segments there? His, the way they give products out, and also just Larry being the face of Xbox.
I don't even know how old. I think he is in his 40s. I mean, I think he's probably like, one of those George Clooney types that probably has gray hair early or whatever. So, I mean, I don't really particularly have a problem with Larry Herb. And I can guarantee you that they're going to give Xbox Scorpios to Francis and, those guys. Angry Joe's going to get one. All those big YouTubers are going to get one.
So they have to.
That's,
we can say
they have
but they're going to.
And you know what? Here's the thing, right? Even though I don't necessarily agree with it, and I would love to get a free one or whatever, I don't have the base that would warrant that. You know what I mean? I've probably sold more Xboxes than any of those other guys, right? Because they trash it a lot. So I don't know. I think that it would behoove them to give like true fans Xbox, so we could talk about it earlier, whatever, when the embargo's up or whatever. Where I don't see these guys talking about Scorpio at all as it is right now. Right. Like nobody, they're not. We are.
Yeah, I haven't seen any, and it's not fair to say that they haven't. So please don't take my words wrong. But I haven't seen anything come out from the Boogie camp or anything that's like miraculous Scorpio news or this and that. And I don't know. I just feel like when the Pro came out, it got more, it gets all the attention. I don't understand. I really don't get it though. But then at the same time, these people that have big YouTube channels will always turn around to you and they'll say to you, well, we think it's really important that Microsoft and Sony both stay in the game because we need competition. Yeah, but don't you realize that here we are on this show. We started the first few minutes saying that we spent so much time on PlayStation. I think we're going to start to show that we can do both. But at the same time, we are fans of one over the other. But these guys are clearly just one-sided, and there's just no praise ever for the other side, ever. So I don't know. I think that something's got to change. Personally, I kind of hold my point up valid. I mean, Xbot was funny. He goes, I could take Larry's spot. I just think, remember, crap, you're catering to probably on the Microsoft side a very positive, like 21 to, I'm going to say 50-year-old audience. And to have somebody, and I don't know how old Larry Herb is. Somebody would have to actually look that up. It's not hard to find. But like, I think that they should have somebody with a little bit more of a younger presence. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be an MTV VJ, but it has to be somebody that's a little bit more, look at GameStop. They use that. What's that redheaded girl?
Andrea Renee.
They use her, and they use some other guy that can't be any older than like 30. And every time you walk into GameStop, it's those two, and it's a fresh face, and they're like, hey, this is out. And even if it's a Just Dance game, you've got Andrea dancing on the screen to it, and like people are like, okay, I don't mind, But like Larry Herb gets up sometimes, and he's wearing one of those Hawaiian shirts, and he's just doing something, you know what I mean? And people are like, what's happening? I have to change the channel. My eyes hurt. So just a thought. I don't know. I think it would behoove them to do something like that and let Larry be the guy behind the curtain instead of in front of the curtain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I hear what you're saying. Maybe get somebody in there who's a little bit younger or whatever. I can dig that. Maybe get iJustine in there.
Oh, I would love to have iJustine. If Microsoft would give me the rights, I would get a hold of her right away. Have my people speak to her people. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. You guys can work that out, and then you know what she does at least. Yeah,
we all still have no idea. God bless her though. 2 million followers, and then she's just taking pictures of her red iPhone. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like, hey, look, it's awesome or whatever. So yeah,
Jay, do we got another voicemail? I don't want to go voice. I hate doing that back to back, but I'll be honest with you, we do have a lot of them.
Yeah, we've got Def Jam Bam.
Bam.
See what Bam's got to say.
Sound.
What's going on, Mooch and Crap? Oh, also known as Chopped Liver. And J Dubs, what's going on with y'all this morning? Yeah, man. Hey, we don't even need to talk about Digital Foundry. We don't even need to talk about that because, judging from Digital Foundry, Microsoft overachieved on what they said they were going to do. So we don't even need to talk about none of that. Ponies is already out losing their mind, and the salt is real. The salt is definitely real out there in these streets. But hey, wait, hold on for a second. Wait. You want to sign a petition? For what? What you need a petition for? PlayStation 5. What? PlayStation 5? Get out of here. That shit ain't even on track. Stop it. Cut it out. Yeah, man. Now we need games now. We don't got no games all of a sudden. I mean, the Pro did the Pro come out with any games? Y'all let me know. I'll be quiet for a second. If y'all anything come to mind, let me know. Did that Kamasuki Dragon come out? Did that shit come out yet? No. Oh.
No.
Don't even answer that. Don't even answer that. But yeah, man. I'm ready for E3 now, man. We got to see the specs. It looks like it's gonna be a fucking beast. That's it now. So now we just gotta get the E3, see what games, see what treats we got coming. But everybody in the chat and listening in right now, hit that one if you're glad. Mooch and Crap and J Dubs is back for MSC Mornings. Hit that one, show your love and support and all that good things. Good stuff. But, Def Jam is out. It's time to turn the sound
off. It's MC
on.
and Def Jam.
It's MNC and Bam.
Out. Peace.
Yeah, like Bam just boss hogged his way on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he did. Crap, immediately go to the Patreon. I want another tier for Hang Out with Bam. We don't even have to show up.
No, that's why, like, Bam, that dude's a good guy. Like, he's funny as hell,
Bam's
too.
great.
So, yeah, he's a good guy. No, there was nothing that launched with the PS4 Pro. it's just so funny that happened and nobody made a big deal out of it. Again, I made a video about this. I watched that terrible Game Informer podcast about 12 minutes long where they just look so angry about the Scorpio.
Yeah.
They're like, wasn't the Xbox One S their kind of mid-gen refresh? And they say it with such disdain, right? Like Sony didn't just have a mid-gen refresh with the Slim and then also a more powerful one, right?
Right.
And then they're like, yeah, those, you saw it, right? Where he's like, yeah, yes. Their exclusive lineup is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I spit in my drink. I was like, embarrassing, you motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it seriously pisses me off sometimes.
There's
you know,
such
like
an agenda out there, crap.
I mean,
the problem is now. I think we started it. We kind of exposed them a little bit. A lot of people are running with it, and I'm glad. I'm glad to see other podcasts take the baton and run with it. You know, Well, welcome to M&C Mornings. We got a call, and hopefully this one's closed.
Clinger, don't be a clinger.
Please have a shirt on.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
Nice. I love that picture. That's even better.
Okay, you're live with Mooch and Crap.
That's great.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Boss Carlos, man. Mooch, I'm so happy you back on YouTube. Don't you ever go away again. Crap, what's going on, man? I know you're the most competitive out there. And J-Dub, man, keep doing your thing. My question basically is, do you think Microsoft will surprise us with a sequel from one of the launch games or one of the most requested games like Sunset Overdrive 2 or Rise on the Wrong 2? Keep doing y'all thing, man. I'm glad y'all back.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Always good to hear from Boss.
Boss Carlos, yeah, man. Yes, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna get any surprise as far as something with Scorpio. I think that it's locked in with what we're going to get. You know, we're getting Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Forza Motorsport 7, maybe a new Killer Instinct season. But next year will be more of kind of a surprise, I think. And we might get something like the Fable reboot teased for next year as well.
You don't think we're going to see
something
I think that Phil's got hidden up his sleeve that's kind of, you know.
Like that would be my question. Like, where would you put that game? You know, like you have these games that are going to come out, and you know for a fact that State of Decay and Crackdown 3, they're already teasing those things, and Forza is going to come out. I mean, unless Sea of Thieves gets pushed into next year, and then even still, you know,
right?
Like look what's coming out this year. You got Call of Duty going back to its roots. You've got Battlefront 2. You've got Red Dead Redemption 2. You've got Destiny 2. You've got Assassin's Creed coming back. We have it on good authority that Splinter Cell is coming back. Where would you put it?
Yeah, I don't. I honestly don't know. I don't know. The only thing I could say, crap, that would be an answer that somewhat makes sense is that we see something, and it's something that really comes out in that February, March timeframe, and you might go, why? We all know why, okay? Because listen, what are we hearing? All these ridiculous rumors are coming out. Spider-Man's coming out in the fall, and God of War is coming out in the fall, and Days Gone is coming out in the fall. So Sony summer, right? So everything's coming out now, right? Well, then Microsoft, we already have the games that you just said. Okay, State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, Forza. Those games will be here in the fall to compete with those games. And then if Microsoft has something up their sleeve that we are unaware of that Phil has been working on for 2 or 3 years that he can launch in come spring of 2018 for Scorpio, it's not going to be just a Scorpio title, but it does like accent the Scorpio's power. That's a big hit, and that's something that I really think that Microsoft needs moving forward. They have to have a spring. Only one game. You only need one game in the spring. You don't need 2 or 3. You need one game in the spring, and then everything else in the fall, and you're a success story. Because let's be honest, okay, right, crap. Horizon was a big sell. But Nihon, I don't care if it made a couple of top 10s in the UK and made the top 10 once here. That wasn't big enough. So Nihon is a very niche game. I have it. It's very difficult. I love Dark Souls, and Nihon is like, it's driving Dark Souls fans insane. So it's a niche game. But Horizon did its job. Horizon did 2 things. Yeah. It sold pros. Got people to go out there and do that. So my point being is that I think that's something a Scorpio needs next year is they need a game in the spring. And I think Phil's got something. I bet you he's got something.
Yeah, that phone never gets old, right? It like wakes you up, doesn't it? It's loud.
I don't know what's going to wake me up more, that phone or the next graphic picture that comes up from our callers.
I can hardly wait. What's Xbox. M&C Mornings. Nice. What's up? Oh, his fucking mic. Even on a phone call.
So great. It's become his MO. I love it.
Crap, man.
What's going on, Mooch and Crap? It's the Xbot calling from my Bin Laden cave. One quick question for you guys. With the Scorpio hardware specs being revealed and the games that we know are coming out this year, like the Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Crackdown, everything like that, do you feel like Microsoft and Xbox, they need to unveil new games that are coming out this year at E3? Or do you think they're, with what we're getting this year with the hardware and the games, that it's okay for them to kind of focus on 2018 and beyond and show, new games coming out at those times? But as usual, guys, you guys are doing a great job. This is a fantastic show. It is a Sunday tradition in this house. Guys, keep doing what you're doing. And me and O-Snaps are watching.
Yeah, that's nice. That is, it's honestly, God, thanks for the call in. And actually, Mel in the chat says, should I buy Xbox 448 a new mic? Crap is saying yes. He's screaming it from the rooftops. But no, guys, thanks for your support. That is really awesome.
Yeah, it means a lot. And yeah, and look, Xbox fans just got, like, I'm being real. Maybe there is something, but I'm just saying, as far as what I can tell, it seems like this year is pretty set with what we're getting. There might be something like a Halo 3 anniversary, which I've seen other people make that guess as well. Xbox, that would make you happy, I know.
Yes.
With 4K textures with 60 frames, that could do something. You know what I mean? I realize that it's in the Master Chief Collection, but that's kind of a mess still on its own thing. Halo 3 anniversary at 10 years definitely could do something nice for Scorpio. So I do think that we're going to be seeing some stuff for next year, like Fable and some things that maybe we don't know about. But this year in particular, we're set. And I think there's enough good multi-platform games mixed with some interesting exclusives that we should all be pretty happy.
No, I totally agree. I think we're going to be just fine. I just want to, everyone's anticipating E3 for the hardware, and that's usually me. But now that we have the specs and we kind of are seeing what is going to become of Scorpio, now I do want to see the games. I'm not going to lie to you, Crap. There is an anticipation factor here. I'm hoping that State of Decay 2, for example, is not the State of Decay 360, but just, glorified textures. I hope this thing is completely rebuilt. I think it is, because they've been working on it for almost 5 years. So, right? 4 or 5 years.
In case any of you guys were wondering, man, we kind of incorporate the way we look at this show as almost like a radio show or whatever. And we do it so that it can be appealing when it's on like iTunes or Google Play, or a lot of people listen to this like in their car without like being able to see anything on the screen. So in that kind of vein, we were like coming up with some ideas, and I cut a commercial for our merchandise. So J-Dubs, are you going to be able to? I think you have to make him the presenter for it, but
yes,
you want to play that?
Sure, I'm ready for it.
Jay is the presenter.
We'll have links for it all in the description below. Thanks for. Hey everyone, Crap Gamer from M&C Mornings here. And maybe you're a bit of a geek or a nerd and people push you around a bit, huh? Well, if you roll up into the cut wearing an M&C Morning shirt, suddenly you're a Billy Badass, and you might even get someone to kick it out wide for you too. Well, we've got all your M&C Mornings merch right here in one spot for you. Or maybe you want a 4K makes you a better gamer shirt, or perhaps even in the highly coveted Crap Gamer was right shirt. I know that's a personal favorite of mine. We've got it all. iPhone cases, Android phone cases, classic M&C Morning logos on mugs, travel mugs, and more. Support your favorite morning show by buying some of our kick-ass merchandise. You know you want to. Links for it all in the description below. Thanks for supporting M&C Mornings.
Nice promo there. I mean, it's good to just let everybody know that these things are out there. It's great. I like how we started at the end and reverted back. This is great. We are a work in progress, folks. Okay, this is where your Patreon money's going to. It's going to perfection. So anyways.
Well, no, look, here's the thing, right? I'm a shameless self-promoter,
Yes, you are.
Someone's like, Crap is the only salesperson who insults his customers.
It's true, he does. He does.
But hey, do you like my radio voice? That was my more like radio voice for
it did sound very WNBC. Yes.
Yeah, WNBC.
NBC.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So, so now, and also we've got a top 10 that we're going to do in a little bit, but yeah, we're going to keep those things rolling as well. We've got some interesting things planned. Honestly, we were talking about Mooch and Crap reviews where we'll do a review as well, yes. And I think that's going to be pretty damn cool. So that's something you guys will have to look out for in the future. We're going to constantly add to the show, and so you guys have to just and we're taking requests and things like that. So always feel free to give us your input and things like that.
Yeah, just so you don't think it's all just words, we are in the midst of working on, we will be doing the top 10 in the second half of every week, and we have a new segment starting next week for the first hour. So I think you guys will like it. Definitely a little interaction between me and Crap, and there'll be a little intense arguing, but it's good. It's good for the show.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So we should probably get another voicemail, though, Crap. We've got a lot of them.
Who do we got? J-Dubs?
J-Dubs, can we get a voicemail?
Oh, he might be talking to somebody live.
Well, maybe he is, but shout out again to the 440 people live still.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, you guys. You guys
are on the Mooch channel, too. Really appreciate that.
Ready for a voicemail?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, here we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, Mooch, Crap, J-Dubs. My question is, now that the specs for the Scorpio have been released and we are aware of exactly what it can do, what game would you like to see get the Scorpio treatment? I mean a game that's already been released and you'd like to see updated with Scorpio's tech. And I don't mean anything that's already been confirmed. I mean something that hasn't been. All right, that's all, guys. Bye.
That's a great question from Luca.
Yeah, Luca on the second floor with her. Bye.
Bye. No, Crap, go ahead. I know you got a list of things you'd like to see change. I'm kind of thinking about that. Guys, remember, we don't screen these or hear. That's the first time you ever hear these voicemails is live. What do you got, Crap? What's one that you're anticipating that hasn't been mentioned?
Well, that hasn't been mentioned. Let's see. Yeah, I would think that I would love to see Call of Duty Ghost get bumped up from 720p.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, okay. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, okay, that's a choice.
Ghost. I actually think that I would like to see something like Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's a very good call. That's a very good call because everything already looks so good. But if you can crisp all those 4K textures, mine would be Sunset Overdrive. I think that Sunset Overdrive would give people an epileptic seizure from the colors.
I think that game would look good in HDR. You know what I mean? Yes. Like HDR 4K.
Yes.
Like, do you have an HDR TV yet, Mooch?
I don't. I'm telling you, I'm walking out. I will be walking out of the mall with my Scorpio and my new 4K OLED that day. That's going to be my 4. I have a 4K, but I don't. My 4K was prior to the HDR revolution that took place.
Yeah, the HDR
so
craze.
I have yet to actually see a game in HDR, but it looks like it's something that we should all take part in. Do you have one, right, Crap?
Yeah, I have the KS 9000.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought that last. That's my main one.
Can't go wrong.
I bought that last holiday. It was like under $1,000, like $950, something like that.
That's a great price, and I'll tell you right now, it is worth it. Everybody, if you don't have it, I mean, 4K is where we're going to be for the next 4 to 5 years. And I mean, I went on a rant last night on our Let's Play on Drawn to Death. I'll say it again. If anybody's in the chat right now or listening to the show and they're like, well, you know what? I'm not going to go pick up a Scorpio day one. I'm going to wait until the Scorpio comes down to $200. You have to believe by this point, okay, Microsoft is going to offer you $200 or $175 for your current Xbox One or Xbox One S. Maybe it'll be $125 for your old one, and if it's an S, it'll be $175, $200. That's going to bring this $399 or $449 price point right down to that $200 mark, $225, $250. That's what it's going to be in 3-4 years anyway. Why wait? And all your games transfer day one. You don't, and this isn't me saying this. Albert Pinello is saying that you can plug if he's saying you can plug your external in day one with your old games, that means it's playing your old games day one. There's no hiccup, there's no pause. So my point being is, why wait? Go out, get the better console. I mean, a lot of people did it for the Pro on the Sony side. I can't see why Xbox fans wouldn't do the same thing.
Well, and here's the thing. I think we'll be at 4K for a little bit longer than 4 or 5 years. I know that they showed off 8K or whatever, but I don't know if that's going to be like a for the masses thing. Because to be honest with you, have you when you watch some stuff in 4K, like as far as like TV or whatever, or shows, sometimes you see a little bit more than you actually want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I don't want to see people's pores.
Yes, it's getting
You know what I mean?
ridiculous
Like,
now, especially if you watch any news channels. I mean, you can see the caked on makeup that these people are wearing. It's getting a bit much.
Like they look like clowns now. You know what I mean?
clowns.
Like I was like, like I watched the local news, right? And I think that's like a 4K channel or whatever, and they have this like cute newscaster, but she has so much makeup on. She looks like, you remember Mimi from the Drew Carey show?
Yes, with that ridiculous
that's what she looks
amount of
like.
blue eyeshadow. Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, so I was just like, wow, that's it's more than you want to see. You know what I mean? Like, I
do agree with you. I think maybe not just that, but I mean, streaming 4K is just barely being able to be done now in certain areas in certain households. You're right, Crap, because the fact that when you offer 4K and then streaming 4K becomes relevant in about 4 years from now, you're right. 8K would be a stretch to go further, and there's no way that bandwidth would work out for most homes. So 8K will be a thing. It will definitely be a thing, but it will be maybe, a higher tier, higher echelon thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Can't wait.
M&C mornings.
M&C mornings.
Sure.
All right.
What's up, bro?
Who do we got?
M&C mornings. Yo. How can we help you? You're live on the air with M&C mornings.
Pull up to the second window.
Okay,
yes.
You're live with Mooch and Crap. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Crap and Mooch? This is Elemental Pio. You probably been reading some of my tweets lately. But anyway, love the show. Been a follower forever. And I got a quick question. Been trying to leave a voicemail, but anyway, question is, Phil visited Japan last month, and he didn't really mention much other than that the developers are on board with Scorpio, and they want to make some games. So I know that the only developers we probably care about are Sega, Namco, and Konami. So do you guys think we're going to hear some big announcements at E3? And what's your take on that visit? What do you think he really talked about over there? Anyway, that's it. Love you guys. Love the show, guys. Take care.
He loves us. You hear that, Mooch?
I appreciate that. And by the way, awesome name, Elemento Pio.
Yeah.
Outstanding. I love it. No, but the thing is, I'll be honest, he brings up a good point, Crap, because we really did kind of just like dust over this. Phil made this big trip. I know you said you had your conspiracy theory with the whole thing was that he was going to come back and made a deal with Nintendo. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that he came back and it sounded very, very, God, how do I put this? Like trying to make things sound better than they were. He's like, we had great success out there. Okay, that's like when Microsoft, when they lose an NPD and they're like, we had more people drinking milk while playing the Xbox One last month than PlayStation. And right, he didn't come back with any real news. Like we had a great meeting with so-and-so developer who used to create so-and-so or what, and like I didn't see anything. So I'm really wondering if they want to do business with Microsoft over there. I mean, we saw how bad that Platinum Games deal was. I mean, I don't think there was anything worse than that.
Yeah, I think that they could have some stuff. Yeah, I think they could have some stuff. I think the price of Scorpio and how well it does would have something to do with that as well. Yeah. I just think that a lot of that has to do with it. The price and how well it sells right out of the gate. Developers aren't going to want to put stuff on it unless there's a chance that it could sell. I have to wonder, does Microsoft even try to sell that thing in Japan? It is a slim type console and it's powerful, but I don't know. Like so far, they've had no luck over there whatsoever. So what's the incentive for Japanese developers outside of Microsoft deciding to pay, for the games? I don't understand what it would take. I just don't see that. I don't see them getting a ton of support. You might see some stuff like that Final Fantasy online multiplayer game or whatever.
Yeah. I think you're still going to see an Xbox presence in Japan this time around, Crap. And the reason I say that is because he did make the trip out there. So I think they're going to do it one more go around. But I don't think you're going to see anywhere near, and like the Xbox One when that went for sale. It was like, hey, it's for sale. Who cares? Because they know they're not going to get big numbers over there. They're just not. Doesn't matter how small the unit is.
Yeah, unless we can get a lot of military men over there stationed, and then they buy them. That's like.
I don't think we're going to have a million guys in uniform playing it over there. It's just too many. It's just guys and gals in uniform. I just don't think that's it's not going to happen. Maybe they'll
politically correct.
I know,
mooch.
right? Isn't that something? Welcome to 2017, folks. It's different than 2016. Yeah. Not even talking like 80s or 90s difference. We're talking about 2016 and 2017. But yeah, it is what it is. And I just think that I think they need to let that market go personally. And if they don't get any kind of big contributions from the Japanese developers, then maybe they've got to just kind of cut their losses. What Platinum Games did to Microsoft was downright insulting. I mean, all that money went out there. We didn't get anything, nothing. And there's nothing going to be coming from Platinum Games. And then we see that Platinum Games put out that game near Automata or Automata. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
I don't.
So not gonna play it anyway.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I don't know. Like I mean, no, the game actually does look pretty fun. People saying it's gonna come to Xbox. So I don't know. It looks terrible.
Come on.
So
Mooch,
it's a shooter.
What are you gonna do? It looks horrible, man. Like, look, I guess that there's a market for that.
Yeah.
I just don't think the market's me. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
it's definitely. Well, you're not a platformer type of gamer, really. I don't think that's really your cup of tea, is it? Crap. I mean, like those, like you liked Ori, but didn't care for maybe the mechanics.
Ori was too hard. I couldn't beat it. So yeah, I had a lot of problems with that.
I kind of want to get back. We were just talking about me and you were talking off the air yesterday. Crap about Candle. What was it? Candleman.
Candleman, yeah.
And I'm thinking about picking that up. I mean, a lot of people.
That is a really good platformer. Hellhammer got all 1,000 gamer score because you basically just by going through it and doing it, like you get it. But some of the platforming elements were too hard for me, so I gave up. I was like, you know me, man. I just easiest mode. I like to breeze through the games. And, yeah.
No,
I mean, like, but that is a good game. I think it's only like $10 too. So. It's one of those platform exclusives too. So they did it's pretty good. Like I like the story. It's like, I guess kind of for a Candle, it's a pretty good story or whatever. But yeah, I think that you'd probably enjoy that. It's difficult. It gets very difficult.
Does it really? Okay, there is a difficulty. I mean, I will tell you, because like I said, there's certain, I don't mind difficult, but when I saw the difficulty level in like Nihon, that's just, and Guy Gamer's in the room here too. Guy did a great job of streaming that, and he kicked ass and took names. I don't know if he did his live stream every day until he finished the game. I did realize that he did eventually finish the game because I saw him playing on New Game Plus, and my hat goes off to him. It is a difficult game. Now, if you do concentrate and put your time and effort into it, and it's the only game, my problem when I started taking on Nihon, the problem I had with it was I was playing 3 other games at the same time. It was when I just picked up RE7. I was just finishing BioShock 1 in the collection. And I was dabbling with that. You've really got to understand the fighting mechanic in Nihon before you can attack it, and then you have to have a lot of patience. So, and that same thing goes for probably for Candleman. I don't think it's quite as difficult as Nihon, but nonetheless, there's probably a level of difficulty in the platforming. I have yet to play it. So
yeah, real quick, get us to 300 likes, and we'll do the top 10.
Yeah, well, listen,
we were at 2. We're at 288. So
you mentioned something earlier, Crap, about how you're a tough cookie with even your own fans. I can't remember one of the things you said the other day. It was absolutely hysterical. But yeah, Crap. You have to understand, even when we're off the air, Crap is still promoting himself to me. It's just me and him on the phone. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, but I was pretty good yesterday. I was like, yeah, that was awesome. A great show you had there, Crap. He's always promoting. I could see Crap at a Dunkin' Donuts, just telling the guy in front of him and handing him a business card. crapliver.com.
You know what? Yeah. Well, look, I mean, if you're going to do something, then give it your all. So
absolutely.
When it comes to YouTube or whatever.
Well over 300 likes. I think we should give the audience what they deserve. A top 10 is in desperate.
Yeah.
J-Dubs.
Yeah. And we've got some voicemails and stuff we can hit after that. And, but yeah, the top 10, I think is pretty good. So let's go ahead.
MNC top 10. Let's roll it, Jay.
Yes. Scorpio versus PS4.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mooch and Crap's Top 10. This week, we're going to discuss the differences that we deem worthy of Scorpio versus PS4 Pro.
It does a little bit mo.
Just a little bit mo.
Yeah.
And here we go. Number 10, 4K native versus 4K PS4. We can't honestly sit here and say that 900p is far less superior than 1080p and then not say that native 4K isn't the same as the subpar checkerboard you're getting on PS4 Pro. It's hypocritical, it's biased, and it just shows you what the media's agenda is.
Agree 100%, Mooch. Let's move on. Number 9. A 4K Blu-ray player right out of the box. How can you have a 4K console if you can't do 4K Blu-rays, much less real 4K gaming? So a 4K Blu-ray player, really important in my opinion. How can Sony not have a 4K Blu-ray player? They sit on the Blu-ray board of directors. Like, I do not understand how they couldn't include this. But again, the Xbox Scorpio confirmed to have a 4K Blu-ray player. Excellent news.
Agreed, Crap. Not only that, but if the PS4 Pro Slim does come out with that, I mean, how many more times can Sony ask for a money grab for the same product?
Agree.
Number 8. The PS4 Pro, much like the vanilla PS4, is maxed out pretty much out of the box, where Microsoft makes their hardware with the ability to grow and change as technology demands it. What we're seeing so far is roughly 60 to 80% of the Scorpio's power. I said this before, I'll say it again. The Pro and the vanilla PS4 were both out of the box already maxed out. You're not seeing tremendous output on Sony's software side, where when Microsoft shows Scorpio, they constantly keep saying, even now, the best is yet to come.
Great point. An evolving console as opposed to what Sony has. That's awesome. Number 7, 12 gigs of memory on the Xbox Scorpio versus 8 on the PS4 Pro. Now, the reason why this is significant is the extra memory on the Scorpio is actually helping you to use 4K assets and 4K gaming art as opposed to the PS4 Pro, which is using 1080p upscaled images. So you're not getting any more detail in that. You might get a little bit higher resolution, but at the end of the day, the Xbox Scorpio, having that amount of memory is helping them to actually achieve 4K gaming. Right there you go. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Xbox Scorpio, folks.
Day one for the win. Very cool, crap. Number 6. Third-party support will move back to Xbox, and we can look forward to native true 4K, 4K textures, and even more importantly, crap, more blades of grass in GTA 6.
Yes, we need all the blades of grass. That's what we need. That's what we want. The people demand it, and we're going to get it.
Have to have it.
Yes. Number 5, backwards compatibility with 16x anti-aliasing, right? So think about this. On the Xbox Scorpio, you're going to be able to play all your old Xbox One games. You're going to be able to play all your 360 games with 16 times anti-aliasing. There's no pop-in. There's none of that. You're going to get better performance, no screen tearing. All these games are going to look better than ever. That's why it's so important to be able to take your games with you. Absolutely amazing. And then when you look at the other side, the PS4 Pro, you can't play PS3 games on there. You have to stream them, and you always need an online connection. And we know people don't always want to be connected to the internet, as we learned E3 2013, right?
Really looks like Microsoft did their homework for this console, crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 4. Microsoft hasn't just reached out to the developers for Scorpio. Oh, no. They've also reached out to all the gaming media outlets to ensure the settings option will be front and center on Scorpio's dashboard.
Absolutely. That is really cool. Looking forward to that.
Well, we don't want to confuse anybody this generation, right? It's mid-gen.
Yeah, it's mid-gen. It's not next-gen. So, yeah, people have to know that right away.
Fact.
Exactly. Number 3, 4K, 60 frames per second game capture and screen capture, along with 4K streaming capabilities. The reason why this is so important is because a lot of content creators are going to use this right out of the box. So you'll start seeing YouTube content creators using this because 4K game captures are very expensive. You're going to have it right built into the Scorpio. It's going to be amazing. People are going to stream games with it. It's really a great idea by Microsoft to get content creators on board with Scorpio. PS4 Pro doesn't have that capability. They're screwed. It's over.
Looking forward to actually using that too.
I am too.
Number 2. This is something that actually someone should cue the national anthem music behind me. This says something about the American spirit in this country, that it's alive and well. When someone comes in and says you can't win, like the media has done for the past 3 years, we as Americans get up earlier, fight harder, and create something that not only proves you wrong, but proves we are in a country that is resilient and won't back down to any challenge. Let me take a second here to say bravo to the Xbox team for listening to the customer and doing some outstanding engineering. Because as me and Crap always joke around, Microsoft did not go quietly into the night. They put out a box that super exceeded everybody's expectations, including us, the customer, and even Digital Foundry, which is one tough cookie to please. So bravo to Xbox team. Guys, keep them coming.
Yes, bravo, Xbox. Bravo. And number 1. Boost mode is Scorpio. Scorpio is boost mode, folks. Woo! PS4, exactly. PS4 Pro needs boost mode. Xbox Scorpio is boost mode. Yes, all games are going to see improvement, whereas the PS4 Pro games that are using boost mode have to be specifically tailored for that. So that is a huge difference. Albert Pinello dropped the mic on this. Absolutely fantastic. All your games are going to look and run better. No boost mode.
Just think about it, Crap. Boost mode is just amazing because you take this thing out of the box, you plug it in. Not only are you gaming in boost mode, you're recording in boost mode, you're presenting on YouTube in boost mode. This is a one out of the box shot deal. Everything works day one. Old games, everything. New games, everything. It's just it's an amazing thing.
Yes, and the way that they've done it and really made it developer friendly, I think people can't really take that too lightly as well. Just out of the box, just going to be amazing. I think they went that extra mile. A little bit of patience paid off big time. I'm glad you guys hopefully enjoyed the top 10. Give us your ideas. What would you like to see us cover for a top 10? We'd be happy to listen to your guys' feedback as always. Right, Mooch?
Absolutely. Their input is more important than ours. Remember that, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you guys later. And that was some good editing by J-Dubs because I had a really good joke in there, and J-Dubs cut it out.
Cut it out. Which is great. No,
blame this on Mooch.
That's me. Yeah.
I was like, don't cut it out.
I'm the censor for Crap these days.
Yeah.
So it's just no, you know what? Listen, that was a great top 10. Everyone in the chat seems to love it. Timodos was hysterical. Timodos goes, I'm actually feeling oddly patriotic and I'm not even American. So that was awesome. Thanks, Timodos.
Yes, thank you.
Very cool. I would like to, Crap, should we try to get to a couple more voicemails? We are getting very close to the 2-hour time. And
let's get some voicemails in there. Who we got on deck, J-Dubs?
Okay, I'm a little confused. Did we do Xbox Trigger?
We did not do Trigger yet.
Yes, we went off on different directions and didn't do Trigger.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, this is Xbox Trigger from Twitter. And before I say anything, I'm going back to Mooch. I missed you. Man, without you on the podcast, it was different, but I'm glad you're back. And I'm sorry I didn't call last time because my internet was down. But before I get to anything, I just want to say I know everybody's been asking you about Xbox Scorpio because the reveal just came out. My question isn't about that. Mine is, what do you think all these Sony ponies are after you for your Patreon? Other podcasts are doing it and they've been doing it longer. I think your Patreon is great and it helps you guys out for getting more community options. Anyway, I just wanted your take on it, but I'm so glad you're back, Mooch, and hey Crap, and hey J-Dubs. All right, have a great day. Bye.
Yeah, that was actually a good call. Well, here's the thing, right? It's easy to hate on us, unfortunately. The thing is, we weren't trying to do the Patreon for nefarious reasons. We were doing it to help make the show better so we could do more giveaways, so we could get the show on more platforms, so we could get better equipment, so it could sound better, so it could be a little bit more put together to be more professional. That's what it's all about. It's not about making us money.
Right. You know, it's honest to God, it's been just something that, and a lot of, actually, believe it or not, a lot of people that are in the audience wrote DMs and messages to me and Crap saying, why don't you guys start a Patreon? Why don't you guys start something? I'd be more than happy to do that so that you guys can do these things that I want to see. And I thought that made a lot of sense. Like, I mean, that's, you can't say, well, geez, I wish you guys would do this if you don't tell us. Tell us what you'd like to have done. And then believe me, there's a lot of money that actually we're kicking out as well. there's things we have to do to get this thing up and running to the performance that I think the audience wants this to be at. And it's a work in progress. But the good news is, just like the Xbox One out of the box in November 2013, your console, your UI looks nothing at all like it did the day you brought that home. And what have you done in the meantime? You've bought Xbox Live Gold. You've bought Xbox first-party games. You've bought Xbox controllers. You've bought all kinds of different, different... What is it there? They have the Stein does a different controller every week. I mean, you've got all these things that you've contributed to Xbox, and it makes them work harder to make that product better. This is the same thing. We want MNC Mornings to go from episode 1 to episode 20, and you're like, I can't believe that's what episode 1 actually looked like. 20's kicking ass now. So
yeah, it was just really all about that. And then unfortunately, we've got people, that aren't fans of ours for whatever reason. Then that's fine. Everybody cuts their own deal.
Right.
But if you look at, we're new to the Patreon stuff. We literally were up talking about this and coming up with this stuff. It suggests stuff too, right? So that's why we were like, okay, we'll go with that. Now we've gone back and we've said, okay, well, that didn't work. People didn't like that or whatever. And we're willing to change it around to be whatever you guys want it to be.
Accommodate what the audience wants. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like we've got the timed exclusive MNC Mornings. Like, you guys love the show. And so now, like, if you support us there, you get an extra like MNC Mornings.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. If, we start live streaming, if you guys actually wanted to game with us, that was an option as well. Nothing nefarious. We still game on game nights for free or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we were just looking for ideas to interact more.
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, otherwise it would be like there's a $5 tier and it's, sun the floor or, the fence. I mean, there's only so many things we can actually do that actually work in the YouTube space. So we appreciate it. Actually, and there's a couple of great options on there for J-Dubs. J-Dubs does amazing work. And to get him to be able to make a banner, give you merchandise and a Twitter logo, and he'll probably, God, even when you ask Jay to do something, the man's so nice, he just continues to say, yes, I'll help you with that. So
yeah, exactly.
There's just so many things. And like I say, a lot of the things Jay does is extremely, extremely time consuming. I know you guys just see the top 10 go up and you're like, that's nothing. Well, ask anybody who does like YouTube, like not as a full-time job. None of us do this as a full-time job. It eats up your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night.
Did Tim Ados just ask us when we're becoming cam girls?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's not a tier, Tim. I apologize.
No, I'm sorry.
Apologize.
No. I mean, come on. Let's get a couple more voicemails in, and any that we missed, they're still going to be in the on the Wheel of Wonder, because we got a couple of Xbox Live gift cards to give away.
That's right.
And we'll just any that don't get played this week, they're still entered, and we'll just play them next week. So,
and then what are we doing? May 1st or the week of May 1st? All the $1 Patreons will be thrown into a raffle for a AAA major exclusive, right?
Anybody, it's anybody that has anybody on there is entered. Yeah, it's like the $1 gets you a ticket,
right?
I wish and a prayer. But anybody that's higher than that obviously gets the lower tier as well. So
absolutely,
if you guys want to win a game, go ahead, man. $1.
$1 gets you entered, and I'll tell you, your chances are very high for $1 a month to walk away with a $60 game. So I mean, it's like I say, we try to make it so that everything kind of comes back to the customer. You guys are in charge of the show, and Jay, if you have another voicemail, I'd like to get a few more in before we hit the Wheel of Wonder, which is also great, right, Crap? I mean, we're still doing a Wheel of Wonder with gifts every week as well, which has nothing to do with the Patreon.
Yeah. Who do we got on deck, J-Dubs?
I got Matty Beast on deck.
Always good to hear from Matty.
Hey, MNC Mornings. It's Matty Beast. Calling in again from GameStop. Week 2 here on the job. Things are going pretty good. I was watching that video this morning, the stuff from Digital Foundry, and I got a customer. Hey, welcome to GameStop, where we buy and sell used games. How can I help you with your PlayStation needs today? You want to pre-order a Scorpio? Yeah, we're not taking pre-orders on that yet, but we do have some PS4 Pros. If we've got those in stock. If you want to go that route instead. No? Okay. Well, I'm not sure when we're going to be taking them. Okay. See ya. All right. I'm back.
See ya.
Man, it's like I'm getting a lot of those today. Jeez, people want to pre-order this thing. Anyway, So I listened to that presentation today, and even though I don't have the first fucking clue what Richard Ledbetter was talking about in those Digital Foundry videos, I just know I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I'm gonna have to buy it. So what my question is for this week is, what do you guys think this is going to resonate with, like, the casual market? Do you think that this is something that's really just geared towards the hardcore and people who are really into it and that kind of thing? I want to know who really the market is for this. So anyway, I'm going to get back to the job here, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Nice.
Good,
Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate it. I think as far as the casual market, I think the casual market is a lot more inclined than people give them credit for nowadays. Just for the fact that a lot of people are in tune with, like, the phones and things like that. We upgrade, and so I think that one of the big reasons people went with PS4 was because of the resolution difference and power. And you can look at a lot of the they were all those surveys and stuff like that that kind of led to that effect.
Yeah.
So I think that when people see a Scorpio at a GameStop or a Best Buy or a Walmart and the game's running on that and they look better, that's what they're going to get. So if they keep this thing within that $399 range that I'm predicting, man, I think the casuals will get all over that.
That's a good point, Crap. They're going to have some sort of a display, I would assume, where you walk in, you'll see a 4K television, HDR. It'll be all set up. Microsoft will have the best of the best there. And they'll have a Scorpio playing Forza 7. I mean, and if the pictures that we saw that were still framed from Digital Foundries are what you're actually playing, those are the cars moving. I mean, you're going to be taken back. It'll be like the first time you saw that HD in that 360 era, right? It'll be the first time you actually get taken back from watching this game. Like I said, I've never bought a Forza Motorsport game. I've always bought the Horizons. I will be buying Forza Motorsport 7 because I just think I'd almost put the game on during, like, events at the house. People could be like, "What is that, a game or is that an actual NASCAR event?"
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. Like, it's gonna look really, really cool, and I think
that's what gets the casuals, Crap.
Yeah, that is like the hot thing.
Yes,
being the hot thing also will get the casual. So I think that can't be understated either. And a lot of people are gonna flock to it. I think they're gonna play their Maddens in 4K, their all that kind of stuff. So we got another voicemail, don't we, J-Dubs?
Yes, we do. We have our old favorite Space Cat's back.
Space Cat.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? This is Space Cat back, and I still can't believe that you guys are back. Hi, Mooch. Bet you're getting this next week, probably. But it's awesome to have you back, and it's great to be back because I can finally call back in. Okay. Here's a question. Do you think we will see Halo 6 or the next Halo at 2017 E3? Okay.
Could be the best.
I miss Space Cat.
Is that it, Jay? Did Space Cat?
Yeah, you just said okay.
That was great. We're
going to see Halo 6 this E3 on Scorpio.
Wow, is that a lock it in from Crap Game?
Yeah, lock it in.
All right, you just made my day because I got to be honest with you. That's the first person I've heard that is not that you always claim you're not in the know, but you know certain things that would be great. I would love to see Halo 6 playing on Scorpio.
Well, next year it'll come out next holiday, and
right, correct.
Those games are 3 years, which that's plenty. A lot of people say Halo's milked, but one every 3 years isn't milked, in my opinion, at all.
No, Halo is a game that can come out every 3 years, as far as I'm concerned. And listen, I don't care. Call me any name you want. Sales also show it. 5 million copies of Halo 5 in 3 months. Wasn't that what Frank said? Yeah.
So that's and you know what? You can imagine that now with all the sales and stuff, that's easy at 10 million, even with the bundles and all that stuff. So I would assume that that's like how it is, and Halo is a big heavy hitter. That's $1 billion plus franchise, man. That franchise is good. Let's do one more voicemail, and then we're gonna hit the Wheel of Wonder.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, we've got Ray Barada.
Okay.
All right, good to hear from Ray too.
Hey guys, Ray Barada. Been a long-time listener, and I'm glad to hear the Mooch is back. My quick question is, guys, do you think Xbox is putting too much emphasis on E3, too much pressure on E3, instead of just focusing on making sure the hardware gets out for Scorpio and launching games. Mooch, welcome back, dude. I am back to listening. Thanks.
Too much pressure. I don't know. I think that they said that they're going to have more stuff come out prior to E3, and I do believe we're still going to see some kind of Scorpio actual reveal before E3 because they're going to want to save E3 for the games. And so I don't think that's too much pressure, but I do think that they need to have more than just one event a year. You need hype going throughout the year, so I do think they need to pick up a couple more events throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that maybe go head to head with the PSX, how they, Sony kind of does the two.
Yeah, I mean, look, they did E3 last year, and that was the last event that they did.
Right.
I mean, they didn't do Gamescom, they didn't do anything really. So I think that they definitely need to.
No, I totally agree with that. If you had asked me a year ago or so, I don't know if I would have agreed, but I think that what PSX does is it just keeps a little bit of the hype factor at a high level. Not that, look at what happened when Digital Foundries comes out and just talks numbers. Okay. Yeah. Everyone gets excited. If Microsoft comes out and just shows, even if they're just like, because let's be honest, Sony showed The Last of Us 2, which by the way, there's probably no big, The Last of Us to me personally is in one of my top 5 in this generation, last generation, because they haven't come out with one. I'm not going to count the remaster, but my point being is like, that was great, but that was just a CGI. That's a short film. Microsoft can do that same thing with any of their owned IP and get the hype value up, and maybe have their version of a PSX crap come December and show what Fable reboot's going to be like. I mean, that's amazing. Do you understand what that does? That revitalizes everybody's spirit for another 6 months.
Those shows also work to show off games that maybe they wouldn't advertise as well.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if they would have held a show after E3 and dedicated more time to Recore and those types of games. You know what I mean? Like, they could have done wonders. They have smaller games. Like, I would like to see Voodoo Vince more. You know what I mean? Like, show some of those smaller games. Like, Sony does the PSX. It's usually, the smaller games or some of the indies. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you could definitely do that. It doesn't even have to be huge things, maybe one big thing. But for the most part, keep people hyped, keep people going and things like that. But, yeah, thank you, guys. We're going to do the Wheel of Wonder. We're giving away some Xbox Live gift cards. So go ahead
I'm gonna send it over to J-Dubs right now, but I do want to say thanks to Ray Beretta for calling in. And thank you,
Ray.
Ray's always been a big fan, big Mooch maniac, and I can't thank him enough for he's always been talking to me throughout the many years. So Ray, thanks very much for the call in. Jay, with no further ado, we are going to put you in studio mode.
Yes, I love the Wheel of Wonder.
Can hopefully that's Jay, are you seeing this? I'm seeing it.
There we go. Okay, there goes the spin.
Okay, so here we go. Crap, this is for both, or is this for just one?
We can spin it twice. Let's get 2 winners.
Let's do 2 winners.
Yeah. Everyone's a wiener here on M&C Mornings.
Fact.
There we go. Okay, there goes the spin.
Nice, very
disturbing.
Very, very. He deserves that. It's very deserving. Yeah. Stick Figure has done so much work to make not only his show great, but to promote ours. Stick Figure, you deserve that, brother.
Yep. And so he's not eligible to win the second one. So if he wins again, we'll spin it again. So go ahead and give her another spin, J-Dubs.
Give her another spin. We should have the Showcase Showdown music playing somehow.
No, we shouldn't. That's probably patented.
That is probably patented. Okay.
I
thought it went down with Bob Barker, but apparently it didn't. Okay.
Let's roll. J-Dubs.
No whammies, Jay.
J-Dubs. Yeah, there we go.
Well, the best part of that
LMNOP
is getting to say his name again. LMNOPO.
LMNOP.
That's fantastic, by the way. That should be like one letter in the alphabet.
Absolutely. So congrats to him as well. Awesome time, you guys. Really, really appreciate everyone coming out to support us. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
You know what's funny, Crap, is now it fixed itself. After I put Jay back in presentation mode, and now it's fixed itself. Now
That's
it goes
great.
back and forth. As the show comes to an end today, the software has run smoothly. So
yeah,
that's
I think
great.
It was better. I think it was better when you were using your manual clicks on everything. It kind of made you busy for the show. You didn't have to just concentrate on thinking.
Yeah, there's nothing for me to do, like talk or interact with the chat. There's nothing going on.
I have to say this much though, like this week's show went a lot smoother. Like last week was a little bit weird.
Well, the
this
first
week's
show back,
yeah.
Crap. That's well, we can even watch. Jimmy Kimmel's first show probably wasn't so great.
Yeah. So make sure you guys call this week. Leave us voicemails. There'll be some kind of prize as well. We'll continue doing that.
Things will get better, guys. Like everybody knows, things will get better. And I've ordered some new hardware that it should make things a lot smoother and less delay. And so maybe within a week, maybe by next week, we'll have things a little smoother. But people aren't complaining. People are happy with the production value so far. So
Oh, absolutely. I know I'm thrilled with being able to come back and do the show. We could have probably taken this show 3 hours and still not hit all the voicemails and stuff. So it's definitely great, man. All the support and stuff. Over 400 and I think 50 people watching us earlier today on Mooch's channel. That's fantastic. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. You're going to put us in some studio mode.
Well, I don't know if you're going studio mode, Jay. Well, while you queue up, I do want to say special thank you to Stick Figure 1, LMNOPO, which is fantastic. Want to thank all the people with the voicemails who called in, all the live calls, the chat, the moderators. You guys remember that you made this show. Everybody I just mentioned made this show happen. Looking forward to next week. It'll be back on Crap's channel, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And stay privy to Crap and I's Twitter as we determine what game we'll be streaming this upcoming Friday on my channel. Probably something on Xbox this week. We'll switch it back over.
Please support the Patreon. Again, it's helping to make the show better. As little as $1 gets you a raffle to win a full new AAA game. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that, we'd much appreciate it. Man, if we could get like 1,000 people to do that, we'd be set. We could get the equipment we need and everything. So yeah, all your guys' support has been great. If you want to see something on the Patreon, like outtakes or whatever, let us know.
Let us know.
We're new to this. We're willing to change things around for you guys, whatever you want. That's the thing. So appreciate it, Mel,
can't thank Mel enough.
Def
She
Jam,
keeps supporting the
Noof,
Patreon. Thank you,
Luca, all you guys helping out in the chat. GKB She-Wolf dropped by earlier. You guys too. Everybody for doing a fantastic job. Thank you guys very much. Are we ready for the studio mode there, Jay?
I thought we were in studio mode.
Oh, I don't hear an echo.
I took him out of presentation mode. I'm going to put you back in presentation mode right now, Jay. Are you queued up?
I am.
All right, brother. Everybody, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Kick it.